you're talking to climbers in a competition, beginner ones that haven't done it yet, the ones that are beginners in it. What do you got?
So I think there's a couple things. I feel when you compete as a climber, it's almost like an automatic level up. If I don't know if you're a gamer, but you're doing your job that you do normally. You do it in production, but now you're doing it in a competition. And I think even if you aren't extremely successful, just the fact that you're doing it, when you're out there working on a day-to-day basis, you're just going to think about climbing a little bit differently. And kind of one of the things I always teach is like, you got to look good to be good. And it's an interesting concept, but if you think about it, if you're on a spar, let's just say you're negative rigging a chunk out, and you're just got your legs wrapped around the tree and you're just holding on constantly, you don't look good, but you're not going to be good. You're not comfortable. You're not going to be able to set yourself in a good position to make your notches and tie your ropes. So when you focus a little bit on looking good, then you're just naturally going to be better at what you do. And I think in the competition, especially in some of the more subjective, events like the aerial rescue and the work climb, looking good is important. And I think they go hand in hand. So, but I think, so what was my other point? So I think that's the one, is just, it'll just do so much for you, as a climber. It'll change the way you look at climbing trees. And if you like it, you're going to just focus on it. You're going to be a better climber. So from a business standpoint, that's wonderful for me.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time is you're kind of, I don't know if you guys played, youth football, up into high school.
A little bit. I played some high school ball, yeah.
You see it all the movies and everything like that. Mm-hmm. That's real. But you're introduced into a family, and you're accepted. And it doesn't matter if you finish, 25th or if you finish first. Yeah. You're accepted into that family just because you're there doing your thing. And you'll just get to meet, just wonderful people, and people who just will go out of their way, bend over backwards. I think I saw you doing some wreck climbing, perhaps with Desmond.
Yeah. Desmond works with me now. So,
he works with you.
But definitely always. I mean, and you guys know this too. The mindset is just because we're not working doesn't mean we're not climbing.
Yeah, right.
So it's always an opportunity.
So here's Desmond met you probably at the comp, maybe outside of it, but probably at the comp.
Competition.
And then here you are on your own time teaching him what you know. And I think that's a rare thing. That's a hard thing to find in the world. So, to miss that opportunity and not do it because you're a little nervous.
I know I try to always put it in the phrase, but basically that little nervousness you have, you lose a big opportunity.
Yeah.
So,
and you could be nervous. I've thrown up. I remember in the events throwing up before events so many times, and it wasn't like fear. It was just keyed up, all that adrenaline in your stomach, and you got to do something with it. I'm just gonna throw it up.
Dude, exactly. And I can't stand that feeling, but yet that feeling never goes away. The better I get, it's still there. It's just how we dive in. This is probably we're going to dive in. It's how you are able to change your mind to visualize it differently.
Yeah. Channel it, maybe.
Me personally, it's not even that. It's literally the same thing. It's the same thing. It's literally just how you, obviously preparation. You prepare. So you obviously, it's not that you're less nerve or excited. It's just you're like, okay, well, it's already. I'm used to this feeling. I prepared, so your brain is like, okay, you don't need to throw up this time. So I don't know necessarily if for me personally, does it make it go away? And that's what I try to tell the new climbers or beginner climbers. Like, listen, that feeling you have, someday you're gonna figure out how to dance with it. Just trust me on it. Don't worry about trying to make that feeling go away. Because when you do that, then you're taking your energy away from the community. Yeah. Everything you just talked about, you're taking energy away from that wrestling with this feeling. And I'm saying I still have the same feeling. I'm just better with the feeling because of the time and preparation I put into it. So that's why I try to tell new climbers, like, don't look at me and be like, I can't do that, and I'm not competing. Just understand that feeling you have. I have the same feeling. So please sign up, and the community is going to support level you up.
Oh yeah,
and support you that whole journey.
everywhere. The competition, the climbers, but also the judges. You know, all the volunteers there. Everybody's just going to bend over backwards to make sure that you're successful as you can be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would encourage everybody. You know, even if you're a beginning climber, just do it.
Yeah.
Just come out, and even if you don't do it, come out and see it.
Yeah.
You know, come out and be involved.
Yeah. Yeah. I just two things that hit me. One is the whole. I really love how you married the look good and be good thing. Like, I never really thought of it that way. But as someone who moved from competing to judging, and now I've been judging for a little over 10 years now, I can tell you that holds true. You know, the way
To look good, be good, kind of thing.
yeah, because, you know, and I've said this before, I don't know if I said it on here, but like as a judge, you know, we have maybe 25 participants, and there's a continuum, right? You've got your early entry guys that are newer, you know, and expectations aren't high for them, but they're there for all of the reasons we just mentioned, to get their feet wet, to get into that community and to learn and grow. And then as they compete, they get better and better and they level up. And then you have like this middle group that are very talented, very capable, you know, in their day-to-day work. You can tell that they're super productive. They're safe, you know. But the ones that, what I would say, differentiate, separate, stand out are the ones who, I mean, quite frankly, they you know, perhaps it's a bigger swing they take. It's the way that in that swing, their body angle, like they look good. So when they look good as a judge, somebody making a swing, it's controlled, it's confident. How they land it, did they just softly stick to the limb and then immediately set into motion? Did they swing and slip, or maybe they climbed down and then out? Very acceptable move, but not a separator. So it's interesting how, as you're saying, you look good and be good. I'm thinking to myself as judging, saying, yeah, that's 100% true. And even in my own life where I don't climb every day, maybe I'm a month and I'm not up, I'll say to my son, hey, did I look like I was comfortable? Did I look awkward and clumsy? Because I didn't quite feel centered until I got to this part of the tree. And he may say yeah, or he may say like, I didn't notice, but it's interesting how they correlate.
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah, without a doubt.
So I think, if I'm not mistaken, that might even be the lesson for the people listening, is not only you compete, community, all this and that, you want to do better, but being conscious of your movement and how you position yourself. Like you mentioned about the spar, being conscious of, like, instead of trying to hurry up and get this job done, be conscious of how you place your spurs into the spar, positioning, move over sideways, be comfortable. And I think that is the lesson of leveling up. Because that's what I think. When I know that when I'm doing a competition, it's like, yeah, I'm trying to go for speed and everything else too, but I'm also trying to be, as Jake Riggs always, the point is to be masterful. Mm-hmm. That's literally what you guys are looking for. It's like the mastery of how he moves, the mastery of how he swings, the mastery of how he puts his lanyard on. Like, that's the whole point.
Yes.
Right?
You're just trying to look good.
You're trying to look good.
I mean, you're a master, but
you're right.
Essentially,
I think that's the lesson for the listeners too, is while you get all of this in being a part of the community, when you go back to your production job, you also get that lesson to work on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that makes you a more conscious climber, a safer climber, and then ultimately a more productive climber.
Yeah, you're taking that with you. It's interesting, like you're talking, and I guess it was 3. So just for the listeners, again, your brother, Glenn, won the chapter 3 years ago, because you're the last 2, right? So 3 years ago, I was the entry tech in that. And he did this one move. There's like this big limb walk he was coming back from, and all it was a rope management thing. And he just kind of like, he did like, there was a long bit of like loop in his rope. And he just kind of like gave it 1 flick and 2 flick. And it just was like, and it just, and like, I was like nerding out over it, you know. I was like, man, that was nice, you know. And like, I think from the tree I said something, but I had a video of it. But it's just interesting. Like, again, there it is. It's like that looked good and that was good, you know? So that's pretty cool.
But yeah, I mean, how many times is he in a tree during a production day managing his rope?
Oh, yeah.
That in a competition, it's just natural, you know? It's,
Yeah, sure.